Auto-dubbing has been around for a while now, but most creators still don't fully understand how it works, when it actually helps, and when it makes everything work. Hi everyone, I'm Elena from SubSub, and today we're breaking down how auto-dubbing works, what its current limitations are, and how it affects your channel. So, what is auto-dubbing? It's a YouTube feature that automatically translates and dubs your video into other languages. You record once in English, and YouTube generates dubbed version that viewers in other countries can hear in their own language. If your content is in English, you get access to automatic translation into 28 languages directly through YouTube Studio, which is a real opportunity to reach audiences you would never normally reach without a full localization team. How to check if it's enabled? If your channel is monetized, auto-dubbing should already be available to you, but you need to make sure it's actually turned on. Go to YouTube Studio, Settings, Channel, Advanced Settings, and enable the automatic dubbing feature. How does YouTube decide which language to play? In most cases, it goes by the viewer's interface language. If someone has YouTube set on Spanish, they hear the Spanish track. French interface, French track. That said, it doesn't always work perfectly. Even with dubbing available, the audio track doesn't always switch automatically. Sometimes viewers have to enable it manually in the video settings. There are a few situations where dubbing either won't generate or produces errors. For example, the video is longer than 120 minutes. Dubbing is currently only available for videos up to 2 hours. Or the video has no spoken speech. Or very little music-only content won't be dubbed. Or the speaker talks too fast, making the result hard to understand, or the video has couple speakers. Or video contains third-party copyright content, or even if your channel has an active validation, it could affect dubbing. Here are a few tips if you plan to use it. Always set the correct video language when uploading. And here's a real example of why it matters. We had a creator whose video was in Spanish, but the language in their YouTube Studio setting was set to English. YouTube picked that up, started generating and automatically publishing 28 dubbed tracks, and at some point the original audio essentially disappeared. Viewers started leaving comments saying the sound was gone. It took some time to sort out, but everything was eventually resolved. But always double check that the language is set correctly before publishing. And one more thing worth doing is, in your settings, enable the option to manually review dubbed tracks before publishing. And let's talk about a situation when auto-dubbing isn't enough. Auto-dubbing is a useful starting point, but it has limits. You have no control over translation quality and can't fully edit what gets generated. The result is a technical translation with no cultural context. References, example, and phrasing that work perfectly for one audience can feel completely off for another. And from the algorithm's perspective, your channel stays what it is. Auto-dub content doesn't get treated as a separate local product, so it won't get independent promotion in other markets. If the dubbing sounds unnatural, native speakers simply won't watch, and even if they click, retention will suffer. This is where full channel localization becomes worth considering. A separate channel for each language means the algorithm promotes it independently, so you can adapt the content, structure, delivery, and fit to the specific market, and the long-term return is significantly higher. One more thing, at SubSub we offer translation and localization services. You can order a professional translation for individual videos or explore a full channel localization. If you're thinking about scaling systematically, check the details on our website. And that's it for today. See you in the next video!